We have discussed a lot of big moments and a lot of big deaths from the series finale, but now it's time to break down possibly the biggest death of Season 5, arguably the biggest death of the entire series. It's time to look at EZ Reyes and how he was taken out by his own club. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. Sometimes they say save the best things for last, and that could certainly be the case here. Let's talk about it. Did EZ Reyes go out a hero, or did he go out a rat? Did he go out a snake? Did he go out betraying the Mayans? That is what we're here to look at today. So as you all know, probably one of the most heartbreaking scenes of the entire show. Even though he definitely turned to the dark side in later seasons and done a lot of bad things, most notably killing his former girlfriend Gabby, I still feel like in the moment when he died, it did bring back memories of the good EZ, the EZ with the big kind heart, the relationship that he had with his family and with his brother, and the fact that he was willing to sacrifice himself so his brother could survive. So even though EZ had done a lot of bad things up to this point, I still felt it was emotional, and I still felt bad for EZ, and I felt bad for Angel. But let's break down how the scene went, and then we'll discuss everything that went down. So EZ is at the table. He's setting the stage for Angel, who's going to announce that he is walking away from the club. It's at this point Hank interrupts Angel, interrupts EZ, and says he's got his own thing to put forward. And at this moment, you knew something was up, because Hank hadn't shown a pair of balls for the entire show. Now, all of a sudden, he's cutting off the president and his brother. You knew something was up. Hank says he wants to patch in Nestor. EZ agrees. They patch in Nestor, but at this moment, after Nestor's patched in, they're all hugging, they're all congratulating Nestor. Gilly grabs EZ and a choke, and this is when Bishop reveals that he knows and they know about EZ being a rat. They say that he broke all the codes from the club, the fact that he's working with the feds. They then spoke about how Creeper gave up everything, yet EZ killed him despite what Creeper done for the club. They then point the gun at Angel, and they doubt that Angel didn't know about this. They question, how did Angel not know that his cousin, the DEA agent, flipped his baby brother? At this point, EZ screaming that Angel didn't know, Angel didn't know. Then Bishop is given an ultimatum to Angel. He says, you can walk out of here, but you have to kill your brother to do so. So Angel is told, you kill EZ and you get to walk. Not what Angel wants to hear. Angel's crying. EZ is adamant that Angel doesn't know. He's still trying to keep this lie up. EZ then tells Angel it's okay, you have to be strong. He tells Angel that he has to do this because his son is outside and Angel is the only person he's got. Obviously, Felipe is now dead. It doesn't look like Adley is coming back. We know that she's dead, but EZ and Angel don't know that. But EZ is telling Angel, you're going to have to do this because your son needs you. Your son is out there and he is all alone. So while Gilly is still holding EZ, Angel finally musters enough courage to stab EZ regretfully. He's hugging his brother. He didn't want to do it, but he stabs him anyway. He had no choice, really. Then Hank stabs EZ while Gilly is still holding him. Bishop is up next, and Bishop, I feel like, gets a lot of enjoyment out of this. I think Bishop has been waiting a long time to do this. Bishop walks up and tells EZ, you're not the only one to read Shakespeare, bitch, and stabs him. And there's a lot of force, a lot of velocity in this stab. This is a stab that takes EZ to the ground. EZ is bleeding out. He's like, obviously at this point, 3 stab wounds all over him. Now he's being cradled by Angel. Angel is holding his brother on the floor, his baby brother on the floor, and then Gilly stabs EZ. Guerrero stabs EZ, and finally Nestor gets the final stab, and this looks to be the stab that actually kills EZ. He puts it in his chest, and it probably punctured possibly his heart as well, and Angel holds on to EZ until EZ just basically dies in Angel's hands. So that's how the scene played out. And it was a great scene. I really enjoyed it. Very brutal, very emotional too. Really sad having EZ die, obviously in front of his brother Angel. Angel, one of the members that stabbed him too, then had to hold his body while everybody else stabbed his baby brother. So yeah, look, it was definitely emotional. It was very, very brutal. Really good scene, really good way for EZ to go out. And I'm also a little bit conflicted because part of me thinks, is this EZ getting what he deserves? Or do I feel sorry for EZ? You know, is EZ being betrayed here by his own club? So we'll look at that more when we break down this scene. But let's talk about it at first when Bishop is confronting EZ. Gilly's got him held up. Bishop tells EZ that you're a rat. You broke all the codes. Bishop's got a problem with the club working with the feds. I don't think this is a legitimate reason here for them to kill him. I don't know why Bishop and the rest of the club can have an issue with the fact that EZ is working with the feds. They know about the Mayans working with the feds. If they had an issue, they should have brought it up. They should have been more vocal. They should have voted this shit down. If EZ didn't put it up for a vote, then one of them should have put it up for a vote. They can argue that EZ is the one that has got them working with Iron War and Storm 88, but in reality, they were happy to go along with it. And if they weren't happy, then they didn't speak up. They didn't confront EZ. They didn't challenge EZ. So I don't think they can really play the whole you're using the feds here, you're working with feds, because they were all working with feds. So let's not pretend it was only EZ. Was it EZ that put it in motion? Was it EZ's idea? Of course it was, but everybody went along with it, so they have to take the blame as well. You just can't pull this all on EZ and be like, blame him for all the feds that they were working with. Then he talks about Creeper, how Creeper gave everything up and EZ killed him. Look, this is bad, I'm not going to deny it. This is very bad here. EZ did kill a member, and for that reason alone, he probably should die. However, JD Pardo was on Twitter, and when people were bringing up the fact, when in that episode 7, that when Creeper died and the EZ put the hit on him, JD Pardo was saying it's not what you think and that he can't explain it right now because it would spoil what happens. But JD Pardo was hinting at that EZ wasn't the one to kill Creeper. Even though the show makes it look that way, as soon as the Mayans get power inside, that is when Creeper is taken out. Everything sets up that EZ was the one that gave the hit on Creeper. But JD Pardo was saying on Twitter that EZ didn't. So interesting that never really got brought up again. JD Pardo, I don't think has mentioned it since. I wouldn't know, guys, because he's blocked us on Twitter. But at the time, he was saying it's not how it looks, and he believes that EZ didn't get Creeper killed. But either way, look, I think he did. Let's just go with the fact that EZ did put the hit on Creeper, right? That's fair enough. It looks like he did. The evidence is there to suggest that he did. So I'm going to put this death on EZ. EZ gave the go-ahead to take out Creeper. That's fine. Bishop's pissed. He's got every right to be so. Especially when you think what Creeper's doing. Creeper basically sacrificing his future, sacrificing the rest of his life in order to save his club, and then he gets snuffed out just so EZ can protect the secret. Yeah, that's bad. There is no denying that. But it's a little bit hypocritical here that Bishop is calling out EZ for killing Creeper when Taza killed Riz. And if you look at it, EZ had a lot more legitimate reason to kill Creeper than Taza did Riz. Taza killed Riz basically because he didn't want to vote against Bishop. That is the God's honest truth. Taza could have voted against Bishop for retaliation and he wouldn't have had to kill Riz, but he didn't want to vote against Bishop, therefore he killed Riz so that the club would have no choice but to do retaliation. What sense did that make? None whatsoever. At least EZ had to save his own skin, and that he had to kill Creeper. Maybe not even in order to save himself, but you could argue that EZ knew that if Creeper told the club the truth, then EZ would no longer be president, he'd still be killed, and he could argue that the club would fall apart. So you can say that EZ took Creeper out to save his own skin, but you could argue that EZ took Creeper out to try and protect the club and to try and keep the Mayans on top. So I don't agree with what EZ done, but I can see why he done it, whereas with Taza, there was no reason for Taza to kill Wrist at all. So why is Bishop so pissed off here? And it's hypocritical, the fact that he's the only one that knows about Taza, and he's willing to let Taza come back into the club. He's willing to welcome Taza back into the club, but he's going to kick EZ out of the club and kill EZ here. Based on the fact what? But they both killed a member, so I didn't quite understand this, but I mean, it is what it is. Then we've got EZ saying that Angel didn't know. The rest of the club, I believe Angel did know. Bishop's like, how could you not know that your cousin, who's the DE agent, how did you not know that he flipped your baby brother? You must have knew this. EZ tells him that he didn't. And that is when Bishop gives Angel the ultimatum to kill his brother and walk free. Something that didn't really sit right here with me, though, if we're looking at it. If Angel legitimately didn't know that EZ did this, if Angel is finding out for the first time here that EZ is a rat, wouldn't Angel be pissed? Angel was more upset. Angel was like crying and emotional because he pretty much realised that he was going to have to kill his brother and that they were in a lot of trouble. Now, I'm not saying even if EZ was a rat and Angel didn't know that he would be fine and he'd want to kill EZ. I'm not saying that. But wouldn't Angel at least be questioning EZ here for the first time? Wouldn't Angel be equally as upset at EZ as the rest of the club are? I think the fact that Angel didn't confront EZ, Angel wasn't angry at EZ here, I mean, it gave away pretty much the fact that Angel knew about this the entire time. So I just didn't believe for one moment that the club believed EZ here when he's telling them Angel doesn't know. Of course Angel knew. The fact that Angel didn't protest, the fact that Angel didn't question EZ, didn't confront EZ, didn't do anything. He literally just stood there and cried, knowing they were both fucked. So yeah, Angel knew, and they didn't really do a good job of trying to hide that. EZ then asks Angel to tell his son about him. He says, make sure your son knows about our mother, and then tells Angel that he needs to do this in order to survive, in order to make out of this place with his son. Angel then stabs EZ, then it is Hank that stabs him, then it's Bishop. EZ then falls to the ground here. Angel is cradling EZ on the floor. Gilly then walks up, stabs him. Guerrero walks up, stabs him, and then Nestor gets the final kill, stabbing him in the chest. Look, this must have been hard for Angel. I don't know how Angel could kill his brother. Now, I get it, his son was outside. You can argue that he had no choice and that he had to at least make sure that he got out of there for his son. You could argue that if Angel tried to save EZ, the likelihood is they would both end up dead, and then Maverick would end up all alone. So I can definitely understand why Angel done this, but what just doesn't sit right with me is that when we see Angel and he's on the ground and he's holding EZ who's bleeding out, and then we get Gilly, Guerrero and Nestor just walking up and they're bending down and they just stab. They just like poke the knife into EZ, and it's like very degrading at this point. It's like his brother's dying in his arms, and these three guys, especially Gilly, someone that is supposed to be one of his best friends, or at least that's what we're led to believe throughout the duration of the Mayans, and they're walking up and they're fucking stabbing EZ, even though the likelihood is that he's just going to bleed out. I can almost accept that Angel would have to kill his brother in order to save his son, but it just doesn't look right when Angel is holding his brother, knowing that his brother's dying, and that he is allowing the rest of the club just come up and, you know, treat EZ like a pincushion and just stab after stab after stab. I don't know what he could have done, but I was thinking that Angel would at least maybe scream and say that's enough, you know, he's already dead, so to speak, because he was going to die. I just felt it was a bit strange, a bit unbelievable that Angel would just be, and then you could argue maybe it's a shock, he's too busy holding EZ, but nah man, the fact that EZ's laying there bleeding out, about to die, and the rest of these members are just coming up and stabbing him, that just didn't really sit right with me, and that's pretty much how the scene ends. Nestor gets the final kill in the heart, and then EZ after that looks like he dies maybe 10-15 seconds, and Angel is left holding him. So no, I thought it was a really good scene, but I just didn't really like how when Angel was holding him on the ground and the other members walked up and stabbed him, Angel didn't do anything. He just like stayed on the ground, continuing to hold EZ. I mean, you could argue, what can Angel do? there's not a lot he can do in that situation, but I'm surprised that he didn't at least protest or say, like, come on, that's enough. He's already dead. You've already stabbed him. You've already, hit vital organs. The fact that he's holding his brother, his dying brother, in his arms, and these other guys, these members, are coming up and continuing to stab him, that looked a bit too far. I'm surprised Angel did not try and at that point maybe even fight back or push away Gilly or Guerrero or Nestor. That's probably the only thing that I didn't really like in the scene. But overall, it was a great scene. Obviously, he was killed in a similar manner to Julius Caesar. I really liked that, how they tied that in. So yeah, no, a great scene. I really liked it. I just didn't really like the bit where Angel's on the ground and he's holding EZ, and literally while he's got his arms wrapped around EZ, you get the members coming up and stabbing him. I thought that was poorly done, and how Angel just accepted it and just let it happen. Again, you can argue, well, what can Angel do? He's in a room with 6 men that could easily kill him if they wanted to, but no, I did not like that. Overall, though, did EZ deserve to die? Was he really a rat? The Creeper thing, yes. If he killed Creeper, then that is enough, in my opinion, to say he deserved to die. But calling him out for being a rat, I'm not too sure. Yes, he was feeding information, but he never once gave the club. He only gave other information. He never gave anything that indirectly would harm the club. And he said this from day one, that he wasn't going to do anything that would bring down the club. I think at the time he didn't really care for the Mayans. It was more so his brother. He wouldn't do anything that would jeopardise his brother or put his brother's future at risk. But then you see that EZ begins to get involved with the Mayans. He begins to care about the Mayans. And at one point, he arguably cares more for the Mayans than possibly any other member, apart from probably Marcus Alvarez. So, EZ certainly did care for the Mayans. He was a Mayan until the end. And if you look at it, he might have been a rat. He might have been working with the DEA to try and get some time off of his case and whatnot, but he never once incriminate the Mayans and bring down the Mayans. He was always loyal to the Mayans to the end, apart from the whole Creeper thing, which still hasn't been cleared up by JD Pardo, so I'm unsure about that. But you know what? Did EZ deserve to die? I think he done enough bad things. I think he led the club and made enough bad decisions in the end that he did deserve to die. But let's be honest, everybody in Santo Padre deserved to die. So it was a good feel moment when the ATF ran in and took out the rest of Santo Padre. Now, Angel gets to survive. I guess he's got a son. He's lost his brother. He's lost his dad. He's lost the woman that he loves. So he survived. But, is he really happy? Did he get a happy ending? Definitely not. So the member out of Santo Padre, the only one that's come out good of all this is Taza. And he's the one that started it all. How do you even make that make sense? Taza basically put this whole thing in motion. He started everything at the end of season 2, yet he's the only one that gets to walk away and live relatively happy. Doesn't make any sense, guys, but I thought it was a really, really good death scene. I did enjoy it. Like I said, there's only one wee thing I didn't like about Angel just letting the rest of the members continue to stab EZ when he was already basically laying there and bleeding out. But other than that, great scene, badass way for EZ to go. A lot of people are saying that they preferred the way EZ went out compared to Jax Taylor, and I can understand that because EZ went out getting betrayed, getting the whole Julius Caesar moment from the rest of his club, whereas Jax Taylor, I know there's a lot of circumstances surrounding it, but at the end of the day, he did take himself out by driving head on into a truck. So yeah, there's no doubt that SOA is the better show. So there's no doubt that SOA had the better series finale, but you could argue that EZ, you could argue his death was better than Jax's. You definitely could. Anyway, guys, that is it. Catch you in the next one. Been Fog Entertainment. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and until then, peace.